rental lease sent to Ukraine. They oversent $6 billion. And then I said, well, how much would it cost to rebuild every house in the Maui fire? And it's $5 billion. $5 billion something.
Yeah.
But there's no talk of doing that. There's no talk of doing that. Isn't that interesting?
So it's happened 2 or 3 times now where the Pentagon has said, oh, we miscalculated how much money we had set aside for Ukraine, so we have an extra $4 billion to send now.
When was the fire?
August 8th.
So this is after the
August
fire.
8th.
He's asking Congress for $24 billion for the war in Ukraine.
My question to you, TikTok, is this lady spot on or is she talking crazy? Do you resonate with this lady? Do you think she's saying too much? Comment below your belief. Are you with her on this one? What does it say in the background? Society is an effing scam. Let's run the video. Comment below. You let me know.
A fucking scam. So you wake up early in the morning to go to work to pay for a house that you're never at. And you pay for a car that primarily gets you from and to work, correct? The government takes anywhere from, let's say 30 to 50% of your wages. And then there's things like VAT, which is basically your money getting taxed that was already taxed. You save up your whole life for a pension, which at the end of the day, the government takes 40 to 50% of that. Then in your elder years, you're living off canned soup and fucking bread because that's all you can afford. And then you get your state pension, which you can't get until you're like 180 years old. And even with that, if you die before you get it, you can't even pass it down to your kids. The government takes it. We are all getting scammed so fucking bad. It's almost comical. People don't see this shit. How can you work 40 or 50 hours a week, especially nowadays, to pay for fucking nothing? So figure 200 hours a month, you give your life to a corporation, and then halfway through the month, you're struggling to get to payday. Sounds pretty fucking familiar, doesn't it? We're giving our lives away for nothing. It is a scam. We're losing more by going to work than staying our asses home. All a big scam.
Yo, this is definitely insane. What do you think about it, man? What? Shit. What's up? Is this a portal just opened from out of nowhere in a school? Is this a school or a gym? Oh my god. This is crazy things happening all over. Is this even real or some movie stuff? That looks like a CCTV footage. This is crazy, man. Looks like Doctor Strange mystery, those things that he does. What? Whoa! Man, you can imagine what can come out of that portal if it's really a portal, because it's so big, man, it can fit a gigantic person living like Hulk. But this is crazy. Share your thoughts about it, man. I'd like to know, is this real? Has anyone ever experienced or seen such a stuff? That guy just went, what the heck? Some people are there devils, man. What? Would you try that?
This is really cool. You guys are going to love this. This is Yeshua, the right hand of God. So Yeshua in Hebrew, we have the Yod, Shin, Vav, and Ayin. Yeshua. And right here we have the Yod, Shin, Vav, and Ayin, making up the right hand. Now there's a ton of scripture about this in the Bible, but I've got a few here that we'll run through. Exodus 15:6 says, Thy right hand, O Lord, has become glorious in power. Thy right hand, O Lord, has dashed in pieces the enemy. A little further in Exodus 15 it says, Thou stretched out thy right hand and the earth swallowed them up. Psalm 91:7 says, 1,000 shall fall by thy side and 10,000 at thy right hand. And this is how Psalm 91 starts off. It says, He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. So if you dwell in the secret place of the Most High, under the shadow of the Almighty, you will be protected by the right hand of God. 10,000 will fall at the right hand of God that is protecting you. Yeshua is also our Savior, as we know, and it says here in Job 40 verse 14, Then I will also confess unto thee that your own right hand can save you. This is actually God speaking to Job, saying, if you can do all the things that I can do, I will confess that your own right hand can save you. But since you can't, it is my right hand that saves you. The hedge of protection that was around Job was the hand of God, Yeshua. God slowly, bit by bit, removed the hedge of protection. He removed his right hand from Job so that the enemy could get to him. Jesus is the hedge of protection. It says in Psalm 74:11, "Why do you withdraw your hand, even your right hand? Pluck it out of your bosom." That's right, sometimes God will actually remove his right hand from people, and that's how the enemy is allowed to get in and bring destruction to somebody's life. It brings trials and testing just like Job went through. But Psalm 60 verse 5 says that your beloved may be delivered. Save with your right hand and answer us. And I have this little note here that Shin, the symbol, looks like a crown. To me it does anyway. And the righteous crown upon Yeshua, the right hand of God, which just happens to be right here. So this here is Yeshua, the right hand of God.
Yo. It's very disgusting to me seeing people injecting stuff using a needle to the meat, man. You know, we love meat raw here because it's what we are used to. But seeing someone, I even don't know what it is. What is that they was injecting in the meat? Is it something good or bad? I've never seen such a thing. And it dazzles my mind. I can't get around that idea of people injecting stuff in the meat. But let's keep watching, man. Fake stuff, fake meat even. Whoa.
Dark magic practitioners have understood that it is not profitable to kill a person, but it is very profitable to make a matulani out of a person. A matulani is a human being that is half dead, half alive. How do you make a matulani? You take their soul from them and control their soul, so you control the body. It's an empty vessel, simply. Now, how do you make a matulani? You temporarily kill them with herbs. Dark magic practitioners have herbs that will temporarily kill a body. It simply puts the body in a coma, and then your family members will bury you. Normally, this happens to people who come from faraway nations. A person can come from Mozambique, from the DRC. In their country, he or she is dead, but they are living very well with you in South Africa, Zimbabwe, Botswana. They are very much alive. Why would another person make a matulani out of another person? Sometimes you would have stumbled upon a family secret, and you come to the realization that our uncle, our auntie, or our father is the reason why we have erectile dysfunctions as men in our family. Is the reason why we continuously have miscarriages. We are not getting married. We barely get pregnant and have alive children. You realize that either your uncle, your mother, your father has a tokolosi that is sexually assaulting all of you in the family, or has a snake that is sexually assaulting you and literally drinking the blood or eating your children before they are born. Now, our pride and ego is what gets us in those tight corners. When you confront that person, you have given them a surety that you know. So now it becomes survival of the fittest, either you or them. So since this relative is already connected to the dark world, if they have a tokolosi, they have a snake, they are well connected in the dark world. Obviously, they have a dark magic practitioner who they normally consult with. So they don't have to kill you really. They just have to send you to this dark magic practitioner. And this dark magic practitioner will take your soul and temporarily kill your body. Your family will bury you. And then that dark magic practitioner will sell you to somebody who needs a slave, a matulani. Matulani look different according to where they work. A matulani that works on a farm and a matulani that works as a maid, they look different appearance-wise. The one that works on a farm is not well taken care of. You find they've got overgrown nails. Their hair is overgrown. They are dirty. They stink. They don't. Most of them, they don't take care of their matulani. A matulani that works as a maid, since he's working in a house and people present themselves in that house, it has to be taken care of. You have to cut its hair. You have to cut its nails. You have to bath it or tell it to bath and so on and so forth. Now, matulanis don't end on just being farm workers and maids. There are matulanis who work in general dealers in villages. There are those that drive combis and taxis. There are those that work in offices. There are those that work as prostitutes. There are those who work as truck drivers. If a matulani victim is taken to the morgue, the herbs that the dark magic practitioner used are limited to how long they can temporarily keep that body dead. So if you work in a morgue and you ever hear somebody in one of those trays kick, help them. They might not be fully dead. The same thing applies when you are buried as a victim, Yamatulwan. If you are buried, you have the dark magic practitioner has to come for you that same night, because the herbs are limited to how far they can keep you dead. If ever you have a relative who just died mysteriously, young men, young women, they just had a small headache, they was not really sick and they died, bury them with a knife in their hand. In Botswana, we call it an okapi. It's a very small knife, but very sharp. And then do a whisper ritual. It's called a vengeance whisper ritual. On the side of their body, in their coffin, put a panka. A panka is a big knife. If indeed this person was sold for Matulwan, this person is going to fight for themselves, starting from the relative who actually sacrificed them for being a Matulwan. And then they are also going to fight the person who bought them. They are also going to go after the dark magic practitioner. These people have no choice but to permanently kill this person. You are better off having a relative who is permanently dead than a relative who is a Matulwan. You will never stop dreaming of this person screaming and crying for help in your dreams. They will show you a place. They will show you a person. This place they are showing you is the place where they are at. Or the face of the person they are showing you is the face of the person who owns them. It is better off you pray for that person's death than you asking for them to be brought back. Because buying back a soul of a person who has been turned into a Matulwani is never easy. And even if you get back their soul, what assurity do we have that the dark magic practitioner cannot still use this person? Yo, you people are looking for hell very far away. Hell is right here on planet Earth.
Hey! Oh, that was... I don't know what to call, man. My brain cannot even fathom the dark knowledge that that woman has. I'm actually a lot of kosa there that I've not even understood. Very scary stuff, man. Please, if you should not do that to another person, I don't know, catch their soul or what. Show love people equal. You know, all these things of people going to bewitch others is caused because of jealousy and people not loving each other. So if you love your neighbor the way you love yourself, people will not go to these extremes of doing this crazy stuff, man. But this is, whoa, out of this world. If you have had such an experience with Amatul and or those things, please tell us. Help us to understand too. Oh, hey, and in another place in Africa, some guy here has just decided, to use his brain to make money. There is a saying, an African saying that goes like kazi ni kazi, which means a hustle is a hustle. You don't pick your hustle.
Either I'm going nuts or I was really wrong about this whole dimension shift of the 23rd. Let me explain. So I made a video and I said, I don't really believe in this whole ascension thing. I don't believe in, raptures. I'm not religious. I'm very spiritual. I do believe that there's something. I'm comfortable with my spirituality. I meditate every day. I'm very good. But I just said, you know what? I just want to navigate the human experience in the most peaceful way I can, which is what my content is about self-validation, self-love, and navigating this human experience, because we're not here for very long. So I was like, whether it's rapture, ascension, aliens coming, whatever it is, I was like, I'll deal with it if it happens. And I didn't kind of believe in it, but I think my subconscious believed in it. Because today I woke up, it's 24th of September, and apparently it was the 23rd this whole thing was happening. 24th I wake up, and everything seems slightly different. And I was like, well, that's weird. I'm just going to kind of go with it. And I had a disagreement with someone who is very hard-headed. And this person calls me back. It's it's not cool. I shouldn't be talking like. And I was like, what the? That is the first time ever that this person owns their shit. And I was like, what is happening? okay, whatever, just keep going. I go to the restaurant that I go with my dad. Every weekend, we go to a restaurant with my daughter, and we have a very similar meal. And my dad, who doesn't know anything about this whole world ending thing, says to the owner that was serving us, was like, did you guys have a different chef? Because everything slightly tastes different. I was like, right? It's not just me. Like, these potatoes, these breakfast potatoes don't taste the same at all. There's like and he's trying to explain it to the owner. And the owner's looking at us like, no. Is it the oil? Did you guys change the oil? And the owner's like, no. And my dad says, did we change dimension? And I'm like, I look at my daughter, who's really spiritual like me, and we look at each other like, what the hell? And then the owner leaves, and my daughter's like, I felt very different today. I was like, me too. And my dad's like, yeah, me too. And I was like, he's like everything is slightly to the left. And I'm like, oh my God. So I tell him about this whole world ending stuff like that. And he's like, maybe you switched to another dimension. And I went, this is how I see dimensions. Like a picture a book. There's the cover of the book is one dimension, the back of the book is another dimension, and all the pages in between is like densities. I don't think we switch a whole dimension because I feel like the whole reality would be different. But it's like we switched another page, like we're on another density, because it's a peaceful, it's more loving, it seems more compassionate, and I don't know if my subconscious believes something, so now it's creating it in my reality. And I'm just feeling this way, or we switch densities. I'm really liking this density for me. I know there's still some stuff because it's very, very similar to the other one, but something happened, or I'm absolutely nuts. But you know what? At least I'm nuts with my family. We all switched densities together. That is pretty cool because we all recognized the weirdness of September 24th. Just nuts. Whatever it is, I'm cool with it.